This website makes $5,000 per month in passive income. So, should I buy it? Well, first, there are many things I need to check to ensure it's a good investment. And here is where many people get caught out. If you don't know what to check when buying a business and don't understand how to do due diligence correctly, you could buy a lemon. I know that I've helped thousands of people to buy websites and work towards replacing their income, and the most successful people, those who join our membership and get trainings, just like what I'm about to share with you in today's video, and they understand how to do due diligence, and they get a professional to look over their businesses before they go away and make an offer. This video is similar to what I share in our Bob community, where I'm going to share with you my screen. I'm going to show you how I look for great websites to buy, risks to look out for, things to check during due diligence, and what questions you should be asking sellers. Basically, you're going to be able to check over my shoulder and look at how I look through businesses for sale and go away and buy them. This video will be insanely valuable, and you will want to watch it more than once. There's going to be so many hidden things, questions, things that I mentioned that you will want to go away and re-embed, reintegrate into your learning when you're buying a business. But I must warn you as well, if you haven't looked into buying an online business before, be aware. Because not only are you going to want to log on to Investors.Club and buy a business, but you're likely going to want to download my Due Diligence Framework, which I'm going to share with you at the end of this video as well. Now, I also want to extend a big thank you to Investors.Club for putting up great websites for sale, sponsoring this video, and allowing us to use their platform as a great example of where and how to buy website businesses. So here we are on Investors.Club, and as you want to go through, you can go and look at listings. That's the first thing I look for, is listings. Now, you do have the option to go away and upgrade as well. Upgrading, I'll show you what that looks like. It means you get access to deals as soon as they get listed, which is their premium membership, instant access to listings. You also get unlimited access to due diligence reports, which I'll share a little bit about with you as we go through and look at businesses, and a bit more support and questionnaire from the seller interviews. Now, when we're looking at buying sites, the first thing we want to do is you want to understand your buying criteria. So you want to know what type of website you want to buy and how much for. Today we're going to be looking at content websites, and our buying criteria is going to be between the 30 grand to, well, I want to be quite broad for everybody. Let's put 20 grand up to 120 grand. That's our buying criteria. Typically, if you've got a set amount of cash, maybe it's $50,000, you should be looking at businesses between the $35,000 to $55,000, $60,000 price range. Now, let's look at these businesses. So scroll through. These are the ones that you cannot get access to unless you're a premium member, which you can upgrade for $60 a month, and you get them instant access to their newest listings. Now, this website here, I said $120,000. This is Plant Native. This is the website that is that $5,000 a month. So what I'm looking for when I'm buying a business is I'm looking at first the criteria of the price range, right? And then what I like to do is I like to look at the graph here on Investors.Club for the revenue and for the visitors. Now, sometimes this is not absolutely perfect when we do go away and look at Google Analytics and look at the revenue and get verifications. This is just a bit of a gauge and average, but I still like to look at it. I also like to look at their monetization, right? So this is display advertising, which is a content site that has display ads on it. This is an e-commerce business, so that's not something we're going to want to buy. Plus, it's out of our buying criteria. So we'll scroll down. I'm just going to open up a few different ones and show you what I'm looking at. This one is $10,000. It's affiliate marketing in the content site, but it's decreasing. So I'm not gonna really go for that. This one, soundproofing, content website, affiliate marketing, home improvement. I do like the niche, but it's decreasing as well, even though it's in our price range. Pest control, display advertising. Okay, it's just outside of our price range, unfortunately, but I don't mind where it's heading. It looks like it's probably seasonal, which is why there's probably a dip there. Web gardener, 24,000. It's decreasing, so I'm not too happy about that as well. Puns and jokes is a bit out of our price range. Let's keep scrolling till we find something that is going to be something that we do like. Pest control again. This one looks like it's a bit seasonal. It's just in our price range, so we're going to open that one up. 20 grand, and it's a content site using display ads. So let's find one more, and then I'm going to pick the brains out of these. Okay, so we've got a couple in the 20 grand range, and I want to get closer. I want to get up to the higher range. So we've got a bit of an example for a few different types of sites. We've got one at about 120, we've got one at 20. We want something now, I want something similar to these businesses, but in the $40,000 to $70,000 price range. Here we go, we've got an automotive mechanic site. Let's open that one up. Okay, these are gonna be great examples. So that's how I look when I'm looking through businesses for sale on Investors.Club based on my criteria and what I like to see. Now let's stack up these three businesses against each other. And when we're looking at buying a business, that's exactly what we should be doing, is looking at multiple businesses, doing due diligence on multiple businesses, and also comparing them, right? Because then you're going to learn so much about what type of business you're willing and wanting to buy. You're going to learn so much through due diligence, and I highly recommend having an expert and a professional or a team of people review your due diligence and show you what you're not seeing. That's really important. That's what we do in the buying online business community. We'll look at the plants one last, that $5,000 a month one last, because it's a larger one. We'll look at the automotive one in a second. Now let's look at Pet Push. Okay, so here we go. We've got a 32 multiple. That's the first thing I look at. It's $20,000, $624 a month in average monthly net revenue. And you should be asking, is this over 6 months or 12 months, or what is it over? Here it says, if you scroll over, 12 months there. Now you got 76% of the money is coming from display ads and 24% from affiliate. So that's good. Sometimes if you've got affiliate marketing and it's 100% from Amazon, that can be single source dependency on Amazon. And if Amazon changes their commission structure, say from, which they've done in the past, from 7 to 8% down to 3%, people can lose a lot of revenue overnight in their business because it's got single source dependency on making money through one revenue stream, such as affiliate marketing. Now, 4-year-old display advertising content sites. So I like that it's 4 years old. We're going to go through and see that it covers a range of topics. You can also look at the site here. Some places hide these. Different marketplaces hide the URLs. Here, Investors.Club, you can look at it straight up and go through it. The site generates revenue through ads and on AdThrive and Amazon, and it was affected by product review in Google. The backlink profile is healthy in terms of the quality of backlinks. Okay, so let's go and look at what they say here, seller information. This person used to work as an independent SEO consultant, has been in the space for basically 10 years. And they're looking at selling a few of their sites they just haven't put any time into because they've neglected them. So as you can see, this looks pretty healthy, and I'd suggest, is this quite seasonal? This is all time, and obviously when I'm recording this, they haven't got like August, September, and moving forwards off into the end of the year in 2023. So you want to be getting accurate data for that when you're doing due diligence. And this is just for the financials. Now let's look at the traffic. Now the traffic, you can choose a few different things. I would like to extend this to be longer as well, but with traffic, this does not suffice. When you're doing due diligence on a website, you need to look at its traffic and you need to get the most accurate data. How you get the most accurate data is getting access to Google Analytics. So this is what you need to do, is you need to click here to get access to Google Analytics, and then you can verify the traffic. It's absolutely imperative. Here we have the domain rating. So DR, this is based on Ahrefs 37 and a domain authority of 29, trust flow that. And I want to look at the index pages, 146 index pages. What I would like to check through due diligence is asking the seller how many articles do they have on the website, how many posts, and then refer that to what the domain rating is. For example, if they have 146 posts on the site and their domain rating is 37, I would say that that's pretty decent because they don't have thousands or hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages with a low DR. If a site does have that, typically the content's not going to be that valuable. But if they've only got like 150 pages with a decent DR, it means the content is highly likely going to be valuable, and they've probably got a healthy backlink profile. All of these things and how to check these things are what I talk about in our Buying Online Business community. And there's also prompts. If you go away and get my Due Diligence Framework that I use and my clients use, that you can get in the link in the description of this video, there will be prompts, questions to ask to get information about these and understand them further before buying a business. GT makes it grade is quite good. 100 is the best. Okay, so SEO, that goes through a bunch of things on the SEO, and in Premium you get more of an analysis on the content, the SEO, and the traffic as well. But ideally, you want to be getting access to Google Analytics, and then you can see questions that people have asked the seller as well. For me, in this business, for a 32 multiple, it seems pretty fair with the split, but you'd want to be verifying the revenue and the traffic. The risks within this business are pest control being seasonal, right? And you having to make sure you can weather the storm through the different seasons as you grow through the business as well. And also, you're not going to know if it peaks out at, say, August like it did here in 2022, but did that in 2023, how low is it going to come through, December, January, Feb, and March? So you just don't know. They're the risks that you're going to take. And you can weigh that up by looking at previous years and having experts like myself and our team look at these businesses to come up with likely predictions on where it could fall as well. So that's definitely a risk. There is a risk of display advertising with AdThrive. If it does drop below a certain threshold, the traffic levels, will it get reaccepted by getting on the ad network again? Because when you buy a site, you need to transfer it to your own account, and you need to get the website reapproved again. So definitely something to consider there. Now this is Pet Push. As I look at it, it looks like it's got a good brand as seen on, so they've got good branding here. And the site layout from the outset looks good, but you'd need to do a little bit of SEO work to see that as well in itself. You'd want to see, does it have much EEAT? It looks like Jason doesn't have much to it EEAT. I won't get into, it's Jared, good name. Doesn't have too much EAT, but that's another time for another lesson. Now let's look at our second one, the automotive. This is the 32 multiple as well. It's 100% display ads. Okay, so it's 1 year old. Now the other one was 4 years old and it's lesser, but this is making $2,300 a month, and they're asking $73,000 for it. Again, currently this is a person who was a project manager and a freelancer online and started this website for some extra cash, and he's a bit of a petrol head and loves it, loves mechanics. This does make money through Mediavine. A risk that you want to be checking is if the site has hit its traffic threshold to get reaccepted by Mediavine for a new owner. That's important to understand. Now let's look at the financials. Now, as you can see, it's going up, 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 and to the right. Obviously, we don't have the most accurate traffic or revenue data yet, so you'd want to be asking for that. Now, the risk is that this site is only a year old. And also, you'd want to know how many pieces of content has this site got for the level of domain rating it's got as well, for only being a year old too. Now, traffic is up, up, up to the right. Again, you need to get access to Google Analytics to verify this is actually accurate data. Now, it's got a very low domain rating, number one, and it's got 357 or 360 index pages. So say it's got 360 articles and it's got a very low DR, it means the content is probably not going to be as quality as the pest control site that had 150 pages with a domain rating or authority around the 20-ish, right? So that's something to consider, meaning would there be work required for you to update the content to make sure you could build the level of authority with the site. I dare say this site hasn't probably done too much backlinking or got many natural backlinks, but the GT metric score is pretty decent on it anyway. All right, so you can go through again the traffic impacts with the SEO, what has been done, what hasn't been done. This site does use a PBN links, which is a risk as well in Google's eyes. Again, premium in Investors Club gives you a little bit more data, but you really need to be getting Google Analytics access. Again, I repeat myself on purpose so you guys can understand this. And then you can go through the questions again too. So personally, from me, what I'm looking at is I like the idea of this pet push one, the value in it with it 4 years old, and the stability of it seems a lot better. Lastly, let's look at the plant one. This is a Dutch auction. This is a new listing. Now, 100% display ads, 23 multiples. So 23 multiples, very low multiple. This one's a 32, and so is the pet control site. Now, with the 23 multiple, what I see is the lower the multiple, typically the higher the risk. Typically, right? And I like to buy businesses with a higher multiple because typically they're lower risk. Now, this is a 22-year-old site, very aged site. Used to be a naturescaping content site back in 2001. This person's been building sites for a while, and this is his first website using display ads, mostly using Amazon. I'm interested to see what the risk is and why this is only a 23 multiple. Now, sometimes people think they might be getting a really good deal because they're only paying a lower multiple, but the reality is you might be acquiring a little bit more risk than some other business with a higher multiple. Now, Plant Native, is this a seasonal one as well? Who knows? You want to be getting more traffic data. You want to be getting, at least 5 years if the site's 22 years old to sort of see how it has behaved, financials and traffic too, right? By getting Google Analytics access. This one, 2,000 articles. It's got a decent domain rating, which is really, really good. Now, what are the risks here? Now, I'm curious why it is a 23 multiple. Has there been any study drops of traffic? The website was built on an expired domain. Now, the risks are something you're going to need to be looking for when you're doing due diligence. You need to be doing some backlink due diligence checks. You need to be checking EEAT on the site. You need to be checking so many things to understand why this is a 23 multiple. Also, let's have a quick little look at the site while we're here. And the site is very, very basic. It looks like it could use some better user experience for the site and maybe load a little bit faster as well. I'm sure there's some things that can be done to really get this going. But I dare say we can't really see this yet, but maybe the traffic and the revenue is decreasing on this one. Maybe that's why the multiple is lower. Now, for you guys that have liked this video, please smash the like button. I don't typically ask you much to smash the like button. Please smash it. There's so much value in this episode or this video. I'm sure you cannot not smash the like button. Also, if you want our due diligence framework, go below, click the link to get our due diligence framework. It's what I use. It's what my clients use to look at businesses. If you haven't signed up to Investors.Club, go away. It's free to get a membership with them. And if you want to upgrade to premium, you can for $60 a month. Without premium, though, you get access to all of these deals and you can look at how much these businesses are for sale, how much they're earning, and then you can get a bunch of information you need to do due diligence on. It's a great marketplace to go away and start doing due diligence and learning how to do due diligence to buy a great website business. Peace out.